In this episode, we will be discussing about fundraising by way of IEO, which is the initial exchange offering. For most of the details relating to IEO, we have discussed in our previous video under the title of Cryptocurrency Legal or Not. I have linked the video here. In this video, we'll be discussing 6 points. Firstly, what is IEO? Secondly, who are the registered market operators for IEO in Malaysia? Thirdly, who can invest and also the investment limits? How to raise funds on IEO platforms? Is there a cap on the fund raise? And can the issuer keep the fund raise if it is less than or exceeds the target amount? In the previous episode, we discussed about the rather traditional types of fundraising and also the recent popular ones such as ECF, the equity crowdfunding, and also P2P lending. If you are a company seeking to raise funds to fund your operation needs and also, of course, to expand your business, please stay tuned to this series because we will be discussing specifically on fundraising that may be applicable to your needs. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, I'm a lawyer practicing in Malaysia. Let's start. Firstly, what is IEO? Initial Exchange Offering, also named as IEO, is a recent initiative by the SC, allowing the issuance of digital tokens in Malaysia for fundraising through an initial exchange offering platform. To give you a clearer idea, instead of the traditional way of issuing new shares to investors for subscription, IEO provides an alternative means of issuing a digital token instead. Next, who are the registered market operators for IEO in Malaysia? As at the date of this video, there's actually no registered market operators approved by the SC just yet. The application was submitted to the SC early this year and the final list of the approved IEO operators are not published yet for now. Next, who can invest and also the investment limits? IEO investment opportunities are actually open to all investors. They are divided into retail investors, angel investors, and also sophisticated investors. Although IEO investment opportunities are open to all investors, there are actually investment limits that are applicable to each categories of the investors. The definition for these investors will be stated in the definition box below, so please feel free to check this out. As for investment limits, there's actually no investment limits for sophisticated investors. For angel investors, there's actually a cap of 500k within any 12 months period. As for retail investors, there's a cap of 2k per issuer with the total investment limits not exceeding 20k within any 12 months period. Next, how do we raise funds on IEO platform? When an issuer applies for funding, the issuer will need to furnish white paper to the IEO operator for approval. The white paper will need to contain information that would enable the investor to make an informed assessment of the digital token before subscribing. The information are such as material information of the issuer, the underlying project and business referred for which issuer seeks to raise funds, the key characteristic of the digital token, business plan, targeted amount raised, the information on the utilization of proceeds, etc. The IEO project undertaken by the issuer will also need to provide an innovative solution or a meaningful digital value proposition for Malaysia. For example, it will need to provide a solution or address an existing market need or problem, or it needs to improve the efficiency of an existing process or services undertaken by the issuer or the industry. IEO operator will then evaluate and assess the issuer eligibility by assessing its business proposal, conducting background check, also assessing whether they are fit and proper, and also ensuring all the relevant disclosure documents lodged by the issuer are true and accurate. These factors allow the IEO operator to assess and also determine whether the issuer's business proposition meets the eligibility criteria to be hosted on this platform. The issuer's campaign will be hosted on the IEO platform where the investor will then invest and also select accordingly. Next, is there a cap on the fund raise? The maximum fund that an issuer is permitted to raise on the IEO platform will be 20 times the shareholders' fund or capital funds in the case of LLP in any 12-month period, and subject to a ceiling of 100 million ringgit. Next, can the issuer keep the funds raised if it is less than or exceeds the targeted amount? The issuer will need to indicate in its white paper of the targeted amount to be raised through the IEO. If the amount raised is less than the targeted amount, then the campaign is considered as unsuccessful and all the monies collected will need to be returned back to the investors. If the amount raised is more than the targeted amount, then the campaign is considered as successful. But the investor is only allowed to keep the targeted amount raised. Hope this video is helpful to you. You may also check out our series of fundraising here. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!